What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Happy Saturday to you all. The Oklahoma Sooner softball team wins easily today, 15-2 in Lubbock against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. But the story of this game, guys, 12 runs, no outs. Are you kidding me? I mean, this team continued to find a way to amaze fans, and that's one of them today. You know what this reminds me of, guys? It's a little bit of the Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods type attitude where, hey, let's do something that we haven't done before. 12 runs, no outs. The percentage of that happening, guys, I don't know if someone would do a sports science on that or whatever. The probability of that happening is pretty amazing, pretty slim. What a win today, 15-2. Kirsten Deal gets the W today, 13 hits on the day. The shocking thing, I guess you could say, is only one bomb, guys.
Yeah, and you mentioned the 12-run first inning. That was against not just a scrub pitcher, a really good pitcher in Matty Keel, probably the best pitcher on the Texas Tech staff. And you had, when she got pulled, it was 6-0, no outs, bases loaded, put up 12 runs in that first inning. It's impressive. And the way they were doing it, you see the 8 walks on the day. They were patient at the plate once again there, and only one long ball, but that's still able to put up 15 runs with only one home run. That's impressive. Tiara Jennings had herself a day. First time all weekend she was retired, but doesn't go against the batting averages. It was a sac fly. So 2 for 2 on the day for her with a few RBIs.
Yeah, this game started within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, this game's over. And Matty Keel didn't even get an out, which is amazing. And once again, like Jeremy said, the thing that they're doing right now is they're red hot at the bat. And I do not say anything about Kirsten Deal's performance because I don't think it really matters. Because when you go into a game and you sit there for a first inning and watch your team score 12 runs with no out, you cannot. I'm sorry. I don't know how you could go out there and be as focused as you were before.
I don't think focus is the issue. I do think it is worth noting that it was 1:29. The game started at 1 with Kirsten Deal first stepped in the circle. So it was a 30-minute delay, but I don't think focus is the issue. I think it was kind of routine thrown off.
It's also let's speak truth here, little guys. This Texas Tech Red Raider team can hit the ball. They get shut out yesterday. They did get the 2 bombs off Deal, but come on, they still scored about 5.5 runs less than their game average. They've actually gotten 2 in the whole series when they average. I think Hunter was saying over 7. You guys said in the
over 7
preview of the series. So regardless, regardless, I think really, I mean, again, maybe it's not worth noting as far as they didn't need the pitching today, but even so, 2 runs, still good. I think it is pretty special. What's that? Is that 21 walks on the series already? This team has had 21 walks. Is that correct? How many did they have yesterday?
I thought they had
13, wasn't it?
13. Yeah. So yeah, you're correct.
I think it's like 21 walks, which is
maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but over 20 walks on the series.
Yeah.
And then I mean, you look from 7th inning yesterday to 1st inning today, combined 20 runs over those 2 innings for Oklahoma.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Deal pitch, but I'm just saying I'm just saying that I think it's very hard for a pitcher after waiting that long with that big of a lead to go out there and just really just mow them down. Probably knowing you're only going to pitch a couple of innings. That's the thing too. And hey, you mentioned the patience at the plate, both of y'all, the walks. There's nothing worse for a pitcher when you know a team is not going to swing at everything. And when they have a very good eye, it's very hard because you're really, if you're not hitting your corners, you're going to have to put one down the middle and they're going to plaster it. And that's what's happening right now. They're being very patient and they're taking advantage of pitchers actually having to throw strikes and not chasing pitches. And you see what's happening. And hey, what about Deal getting a start today? We talked about it last night. Will it be Deal? Will it be May? They went with Deal. Not sure if it means anything, but Texas Tech threw their ace and OU decided to go with Deal. Interesting.
Yeah. Kirsten Deal didn't have as much strikeouts as you've seen. The streak ended for her, but still to get that start, was wondering when that would happen. And yeah, she gave up 2 runs today, but her ERA is 1.25, still the best on the team among qualifying pitchers. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not something to freak out about. 2 home runs happen against explosive offenses. And pitchers today, the umpire was not their friend. Strike zone was super small for both sides today. There was another broadcaster, fans were upset the pretty much entirety of the game with some of the calls made. OU fans even that were in attendance, you could hear it from both sides.
Well, and I know a lot's been made about the broadcast or whatever. I don't really care. They're on TV. That's all that matters to me. They're on TV. You're able to watch it. And man, I was going to talk about something here. Jeremy, go ahead, because I was going to bring up something totally different.
The one thing I just want to say again is I don't know I don't know how Texas Tech recovers. Like, I don't know what they can do as far as throwing someone out there tomorrow, because it's honestly, they've been utterly destroyed. Hunter mentioned the 20 runs or whatever it was in 2 innings. I mean, it's absurd. First off, this doesn't happen across the country, guys. And OU has kind of flipped the script a little after their shocking loss. But in the end, if the bats are even near like this, guys, they're not going to be beaten. Period. End of story.
Well, I think the key to them right now hitting 2 things. You mentioned the patience at the plate. That's one. The other one is, if you go back to the beginning of the year, where they were really struggling in some games was when they weren't getting going early. They're starting to put runs up real early in the game, and it's also taking pressure off the pitcher. I mean, they're scoring a lot of runs in the first or second inning now, and a lot of that's due to the fact that some of the seniors, like Tiare Jennings, is starting to hit the ball really well, and Jada Coleman they're starting to get more production, I think, throughout the whole lineup, and it's leading to a lot more runs.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Texas Tech throws out tomorrow. They've used all 3 of their top 3 pitchers this week, and Olivia Raines got in yesterday trying to limit the damage a bit. So maybe she gets the start. I know she pitched out of the pen yesterday, or maybe they go in another direction there. And I mean, also on one of the home runs for Texas Tech today, Kaylee Wyckoff, she's batting .667 on the year.
That's great.
It's an insane slash line for her. Again, a very talented Texas Tech team. It happens, especially first time away from Love's Field in a long time.
Well, and the last thing I'll say is that Blackley, the pitcher they brought in, actually, for them, it was a huge blessing that she was able to go 4 innings. I mean,
yeah,
that was big for them.
A pretty good 4 innings.
Yeah, she did pretty well.
Really, other than a few runs, because I think only 3 were credited to her in the first inning, and after that, not allow any sort of damage for innings 2 through 4 is impressive when you have a team that had 12 runs with no outs in the first inning.
Yeah, and this OU team has shown now time and time again already early on in this year, first start of the year, that they can definitely score in bunches. And I'm not talking a few. They have put some enormous innings up. And that, when you get into end of the season, that's going to sit on some people's minds as on the opposing staff, because you just don't know when they're going to strike. But I will say, holding the Red Raiders to 2 runs over 2 games is definitely impressive. And if OU tomorrow, whether it's May or Keeney, whoever it is, I think it'll be May, if they can hold Texas Tech to 1 or 2, you're looking at 4 or 5 runs over a series against a very, as Hunter said, very, very viable foe as far as hitting. So Sooners pick up the W today, 15-2. And the story, of course, was the 12 runs before getting an out. But what a showing there in Lubbock, and they'll get the 3rd tomorrow. Thanks for watching the content here at the Sooner Surge. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that. You turn on your likes. You turn on your notifications, like and comment. Sooners get the W. Impressive fashion. Until next time, Boomer.